What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are flying the Blade Fusion 360. As you saw in the last video, one of the blades was really loose, so I did get them straightened out and tightened to where I think I like them. Also, I do have another vertical tail fin because this one's kind of busted. I might put that on, or I might wait because this one still works good. I do think I got to get some new rear blades. Those are getting really chewed up, and the main blades already, after I just bought these, already the ends here are getting chewed up a little bit. So I might buy some new blades for the main ones and rears, but run these a little bit longer till they get a little bit more destroyed. The belt is working great now, not rubbing on anything, so I do have it routed correctly, so I can make sure the next time I do need to replace or do something with the belt, I know how to put that back on there. But other than that, let's get right to the flight. I am using the same settings from the last video as well. See how she runs today. It's not as windy. I also am trying to beat the storm here. It's been raining all day, but I caught a spot right now where it's not raining, so I thought it was a perfect time to fly the 360 and get another video in. It's like automatically rotating right now. Don't really like that. Oh, actually, I do want to do something real quick. I do want to, I'm gonna make the head speed, well, throttle curve even lower in normal mode. Oh, it's at 60. I might leave it actually. I think 60 is good. And then flight mode 1 is 75%. I guess I'll just roll with these settings for now, I guess. There we go. Blades are looking way better now. Got a shake still. Not really sure what the shake is. It might be the main shaft. I'm not really too sure at this point. Or the feathering shaft. It's one of those. I also think I am taking off with no stability mode because doesn't seem to be working right now. So this is normal mode, but I don't think stability mode's working. So I do got to check into that. It was working when I had it enabled for flight mode 1, but it's not working for normal mode. But like you guys said, I am getting away from stability mode, but it does help for landing and taking off. That's what I mainly want to use it for still. But let's flip it into flight. Actually, I don't know yet. I really wish I could figure out. Let me check the transmitter real quick, just because I do want it as like a little backup, just for, like I said, taking off and landing purposes, not to fly around. I'm gonna be getting away from stability mode. I just want it to help me out here, because it is a little bit harder to land with no stability mode. All right, kind of a rough landing, but I'm not really used to landing like that at all. So let's go back into forward programming, safe, stability. And it's so weird. It only gives me the option for flight mode 1, and it says it's off. And I don't know how to get to the other flight modes. Like, it doesn't give me the option for normal or flight mode 3, or 2, sorry, flight mode 2. So I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not sure why I can't see that setting there. I guess I'll get it back in the air and just have to deal with it for now. If you guys have any, suggestions on how I might be able to fix that, please let me know in the comments. I'm gonna have to look into that, because it is kind of annoying, because I really, really want it for just landing and taking off. That's it. Not to fly around, just landing and taking off, because you can see right now it's kind of crazy. But we're getting it here, getting that practice in. The 360 looks so good in the air. I really like how this helicopter looks. I got to get my finger on the panic button here just in case. So yeah, we're just going to continue the hovering with no stability mode. I'm going to flip into flight mode 1 here in a second. All right, flight mode 1, 75% throttle curves. It is a lot different. It's moving so fast. But to be honest, like, obviously with the higher head speed, it's way more stable, so it's not as hard. Let's see if I can just get it still here. Really gotta look into my tail boom some more too, because I don't know why it's like an optical illusion from down here, or from up here, from down here looking up at the helicopter. It does look like the tail boom is slightly bent, but it's really hard to tell. And like I said, no stability mode on right now in flight mode 1. Well, actually no stability at all with this helicopter. So we will be flying this helicopter from now on with no stability at all, for landing, flying, taking off, everything. I would like to figure out how to get it to work with just normal mode. But as you guys can see, I'm having a little problem with that right now. I have to look back into the settings some more. We're getting some nice hovering practice in though today. I do also have to buy a new servo cap for one of the servos. I kind of cracked one of them, but it is okay. It's not too bad. It's cracked, so it's not completely broke. And I do also want to get some more servo gear sets, because even if my blades hit the ground, like in the crash, like not even crashing, just hit the ground a little bit, they do tend to chip very easily. So I really don't like the servos on the 230 or the 360. They're super delicate. They can only really take like one crash. And sometimes when I bang the 360 blades on the ground, I'm really actually surprised that they don't actually break from that happening. But from crashing this helicopter and getting it back to this point, I'm really happy with it. Obviously, I got to look into that tail boom, because like I said in the past videos too, it does look like it's bent a little bit. But then when I look at it when I'm not flying, it looks like it's fine. So I don't know if you guys can notice in the video or not, but it looks like it's bent to the left. I don't know if you guys can see that. From the crash, I wouldn't be surprised if it did bend the tail boom, because I hit that tree over there and hit the ground pretty hard. So we're getting some good practice in today. See, it's wanting to turn. It's wanting to rotate to the left. I'm not really liking that. If I could figure out why it's doing that and fix that, this helicopter with no stability mode would honestly be flying perfect. See, it's very slow, and it wants to move forward as well. So that's also probably just a swash plate leveling issue. Even though I have the swash plate lined up on those lines on the head assembly, I don't think that's actually like perfect. If you guys can also recommend me to a swash plate leveler, I've been looking online, I can't really find one. So if you guys can help me out in the comments, if you know of a good leveler, that'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate if somebody has an idea of what I could use for that. Maybe I just buy a small level on Amazon or something. I'm not really sure if there's a specific like swash plate level that you have to use. But it is flying really good, and I'm really actually proud of myself for flying with no stability mode. It does actually seem a lot easier with the 360. Like I was saying in the last 360 video, I don't know, the 360 is small and very lightweight, so I feel like any little breeze with that thing makes it very hard to control. But this helicopter, since it's a little bit bigger and the blades are a lot bigger, it feels like a little bit easier. I'm not quite ready to do other orientations of hovering yet. Almost lost control there a little bit. Got my finger on the panic button if I ever need to use it. My goal for all these hovering practices with the 360 is to not crash. I don't really mind buying parts, but I just rather not. They do get a little bit more pricier for the 360, but not too bad. The next video, I probably will be continuing my 230 no stability journey as well. I do plan on flying that a lot more, and I'm not as nervous with the 230 Also, just because if I crash that one, I already need a new frame, and the parts aren't as expensive as the 360. I don't think I'm gonna be buying really much like aftermarket parts or carbon fiber, but I will be. But I still will have some fun with like canopies and different colored rear blades and main blades. I will do that, but I don't think I'm gonna be getting carbon fiber anymore. But the only thing I do like carbon fiber is the landing gear. These plastic ones don't really last too long. Sometimes if you even land a little bit too hard, I feel like they crack and break super easily. Also need to keep track of my battery percentage here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to try to fly and look at my battery right now, since my timer still is like being weird. I'll actually show you guys my settings. All right, so yeah, my battery's already almost dead. That is one of the next things I'm definitely gonna be getting into buying more of, is batteries for both helicopters. I do want to get at least one more for this helicopter, and then I want to get 2 more for the 230. I'm gonna flip it back into the normal mode to lower the head speed and land here. Kind of wants to drift everywhere when I go into a lower head speed. I got to get it back because it is really low on battery. Sorry to trigger you guys, I'm flying with a low battery. It's also going to be really hard to land. Come on, get over here, 360. Come on, come on, come on. This is some cringe landing here. Oh my God. I'm just trying not to like slam against the ground and like hit my blades against the ground anymore. I don't know why it's one. All right, I had to land it there just in case. I didn't know if the vertical fin was gonna get stuck in the ground or something. And I think I did accidentally flip it back into flight mode 1, but we landed. It's like I said, I wish I had the stability mode just for landing and taking off. That's all, but I mean, I'm practicing now with landing it with no stability mode, so I guess I'll get used to it like that. It was kind of a hard landing, but I think it's okay. It did hit the ground kind of hard. The tail boom does seem pretty beefy on the 360, but I don't know. I can't tell if it's like thick. It does seem pretty sturdy, so I don't know if it's gonna bend that easily. Let me check my landing gear out here, because it was kind of a hard landing. Another quick practice video with the 360. See, as you can see here, the lines aren't, well, I am in throttle hold. Even with no throttle hold, you can tell that the lines actually aren't even lined up. So I gotta look into that. I'll mess with my what was it, the forward programming settings. It is in forward programming, swatch plate, or no, sorry, setup, swatch plates, and output setup, sub trim, and then I can adjust it in there. I know you guys said to take a picture. Some of you guys said to take a picture of this default settings, which I didn't. So I'm not sure if that's bad or not. But I will mess with the settings here and get those lines lined up as good as I can. Other than that, guys, it actually was another good, successful day. Flying and practicing, no stability mode at all with the 360. It is very sketchy. I'm kind of nervous doing it because I can crash so easily or drift away, and it might be a little hard for me to get back on track with it. But other than that, it was a very good flight today with hovering. I'm gonna try to get into some different orientations besides just a tilt towards me, but it is a little bit tricky right now. If you guys have any suggestions on how to make it maybe a little bit easier, I will show you again my pitch curve settings. You already know the throttle curve I have is 75, and for flight mode 1 I got 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. I'm not sure if that's good. I mean, it seems pretty good, honestly, for the pitch curve in flight mode 1. It does work pretty well for me, so I think I might stick with that, just to stick with the same settings and just keep practicing with them. I feel like that's probably a pretty good idea instead of trying to change them all the time. Other than that, guys, that basically sums up for today's video. Another successful no stability flight with the 360. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I also put my Patreon link in the description in most of all my videos if you guys wish to support me beyond liking, subscribing, and commenting. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.